How is everybody doing? Welcome into Rover Sports. Been waiting a little bit on this one. 49ers and Chargers. Went back and watched the game on condensed and really came away from it. I thought it was a very telling football game. It was interesting and a lot of facets of play. So what I wanted to do here is I wanted to just break it down. So I'm here with y'all and again, the 49ers in this game, like they really, they played admirably in the game. And what I am going to do here, and that was a big first down to seal it, they were close to the Chargers. The Chargers were sloppy throughout the game. The pick six, the missed kicks with the extra points. I'm going to be back in 1 minute. All right, so without any further ado, let's get to CJ Beathard. This guy, again, was one of the forefronts of the channel last year before Jimmy Garoppolo came into play because it was Hoyer, and Hoyer was pretty bad, and then they decided to get CJ Beathard. So, of course, you have the Exum pick six that starts off the game. And then we are going to go and check out some plays from CJ Beathard. And unfortunately here, the 49ers just had a terrible drive. So that was an uneventful series to start the game. But they happened to get a stop on a Caleb Sturgis missed field goal. And then the 49ers were able to rock. And these were some of the fun plays of Beathard. I bet there were about 8 throws that were really spectacular from CJ Beathard. Really good stuff. So here we have Casey Hayward going against Marquise. And really the way the NFL is going is you look for quick twitch athletes like Marquise Goodwin. And I want you guys to see Marquise's route right here. He's on Casey Hayward. Kind of like when you watch horses, when they get out of the gate, you always want to get the inside position, especially when you're doing an inside curl route. And that's exactly what happens. Now, Derwin James is kind of roaming over here. The play action fake is there. You see the lineman, the tackle. Melvin Ingram's a very good player. He ends up hitting CJ after this throw, which is going to give you 15 more yards. But so far, the end of the route is going to circle around the 30-yard line. So you watch there. Watch Goodwin totally curl the route beautifully. Step in. Has tons of separation because the throw is on time, but it's not early. And it's just excellent. And then this is a good view of the entire pass, of the entire progression. You see here, it's one of these plays where it's a play action, it's a misdirection completely, and then we're able to come back to the other side of the field. This ball is able to swoop in from right to left, and it's excellently thrown by CJ. And here he has very good footwork. He's able to step into the throw, and that's excellent footwork, and that's kind of a late hit high by Melvin Ingram. I could kind of see why that one was called. It wasn't a sack or anything. But you see a great throwing lane. And the ball is thrown. Really good mechanics too by CJ. You see how the ball is high and tight. And the arm strength is even getting a little bit better this year. So I thought CJ looked improved from last year in some respects. So that was an excellent throw. Really set the tone for the second drive. A couple of good runs later, because you got that personal foul on the quarterback, and now you're down by the 2-yard line, and here you're at the 2. So what you do is you have this guy, it might be Kyle Emanuel. So we look at this play right here, and this is going to be a slant route to Kendrick Bourne. So far we have this guy coming right here, but then we have George Kittle. He comes in to probably just protect. So then our goal is to get that guy away from the throwing lane, 51, if you guys can see that. And then we're going to run a nice slant route with Kendrick where Kendrick has to win. Kendrick does win. And the throw now, see how that guy is not in the throwing lane anymore. And this throw is thrown really nicely, and I was really impressed by Kendrick Bourne. It was like he was playing in quicksand. It's like he was playing in a hot Texas summer rainy night, because his feet, like, it looked like he was playing in the dirt. Like, his feet, I'll show you in this angle. It was hilarious how his feet just kind of slipped perfectly, and he really dug into the turf here to get his feet in bounds, because I was worried about that, as you see back there. Kind of like a Texas, rainy night. And that was a really pretty drive. So then, before you know it, the 49ers are now up big. But then, of course, this crap happens. Easy touchdowns to Antonio Gates. Like Phillip Rivers dinking and dunking down the field like he usually does. And give credit to the Chargers for getting off the mat several times in the affair. Let's go here to the second quarter. So overall, looks like we have a nice long drive in store. Yes, we do. So this is a really good throw. This is where, when you look at the NFL, this is why people say that staying ahead of the chains means so much, because since it's 3rd and 4, the Chargers are giving you a look that, like, say the Giants, we have a lot of Giants fans here, like, say the Giants got this look. This is the look where you throw deep down the field, because this is a very aggressive, you only have one deep safety. It's man, it's cover one man. So this is a look where you can absolutely throw the football deep. Now, but the thing is, they bring a lot of people, that's what cover one does. And again, just excellent leverage by Marquise here. Not only is Marquise a fast receiver, his leverage is very good. And Casey Hayward, I think he might be from Vandy. Casey Hayward's he went undrafted or drafted very late. He's one of the best cornerbacks in the NFL for the LA Chargers. And really impressed again by the Niners turnout. I mean, Jimmy just got hurt. It was a tough week with that reality setting in. And so many Niners fans, either in the LA area, they all flew down or drove 6 hours down to this game. I mean, it was hilarious. You could see how much red's in the stadium. It was really like a Niners home game. It's like the Niners played this game on like a neutral site in like Las Vegas or something. It wasn't even like this is where the Chargers are supposed to be at. And a lot of people are mad at the Spanos family for the Chargers removing their team from San Diego. And also LA also has a team, the LA Rams now. So I thought that it's unfortunate too. I think San Diego is a beautiful city. So here, what's interesting about this route is this is a 3rd and 6. And what's really interesting about the route is that we're going to get some quick motion. So we know now it's man, not cover 2 zone, because Derwin comes over to be the allocated man that's covering him. And Derwin James, I mean, you can't say enough good things about this kid from Florida State. His maturity, the way he picks up defenses, the poise, he plays like a veteran. He's so aggressive. He was responsible for the last play of the game. Here, Kittle's a bigger guy than Derwin James, but Derwin James is still a freak athlete. And here we're going to see Kittle. He's able to shield Derwin James to the inside, and both Garoppolo and C.J. Beathard are both really good throwing inside. That's the one thing about the Shanahan offense. It's the one thing about Brady and what you got from the New England Patriots is that now people are looking for twitch athletes that can win one-on-one in the middle of the field. And the Patriots have tons of those receivers. Hogan Edelman, that can win one-on-one. Brandon Cooks used to be that guy for them, that can win one-on-one in the middle of the field. And the 49ers have a couple of guys, and George Kittle has really improved. And he's a guy that's a focal point now of what the 49ers are doing. Some scary, scary stuff here. Great defense by the Chargers. Scary, scary stuff during the middle of the game. The pass rush, especially in the middle, this is a very aggressive pass rush. I like how Gus Bradley calls this defense. It's an attacking defense, especially with a quarterback in CJ who hasn't played in a while. So this is a very, very highly attacking defense. And you can kind of see there how 71, the nose guard, is able to really get to Weston Richburg, push him back, and make a great, great play on the football. And for CJ, he did have 2 consecutive throws that were batted down. So here's a throw that I thought was actually a great call by Kyle Shanahan. It's a shame that we didn't have time to hit this type of play during the game. It's a shame the 49ers didn't. So CJ's going to take the snap. Kendrick runs a beautiful route. Look at this, the 2-on-2 action. We get the inside. Kendrick goes inside. That ball's got to be out. He is wide open in the middle of the field. 84, Kendrick Bourne is wide, wide open. But I love how he is the lead guy. He's shielded. These guys don't know where. When you bunch people up like that, it's tricky for a defense. And 26, I don't know if Jason Verrett is playing, so it's probably another defender for the Chargers is there. And then CJ is forced to pivot out. I don't think he's forced. I would have liked to see him step up here, not quit on these reads, because I think he's just being taught just to go to the one-on-one, which is Marquise Goodwin, and he's comfortable with Goodwin, and you could see some holding going on. So luckily we get that call, 5-yard call instead of a spot foul. But he just kind of hoists this in the air, and it's not like Marquise is excellent at playing the ball to the outside anyway. You know, Marquise's strengths are more, you know, curls and slants, but it's a low percentage throw when really the middle of the field here we can hit a throw that CJ is very comfortable hitting. And if CJ would have seen that, it would have been fine. But anyway, the drive continues. Man, this is, I think, one of the great throws that CJ made throughout the game. And the 49ers had trouble all week long because I think Mike McGlinchey was the guard in this case. The 49ers had issues all week long with corner blitzes or whatever Derwin James is playing. He doesn't play like a safety that much. He often plays up, and he's a very versatile defender. This is, I think, I believe that this is one of CJ's best throws of the game, at least his top 3. And this is one that's going to go on his highlight tape for the NFL, because the one thing about CJ and why you should love CJ Beathard and why CJ is an underdog kind of championship character is because of throws like this. CJ Beathard is Iowa tough. He's Nashville, Tennessee tough. CJ Beathard is one of the ultimate underdog characters really in the NFL. Everybody's counting the 49ers out. And I am not going to say I think CJ's an incredible player like a Garoppolo, but CJ gains my respect each and every snap. And this is why teammates love CJ Beathard, for this type of effort. And this is one that can go on the highlight reel, because as a backup quarterback, I mean, CJ Beathard, this is toughness. This is the definition of toughness, okay? Because you're playing behind a patchwork offensive line. Patchwork all over the field. And CJ Beathard hangs in here. And this is elite of elite quarterbacking play. He knows he's going to get killed right there. And he absolutely stands in there. And this is like an Andrew Luck kind of a play. Okay, a Marcus Mariota play. Look at it right there. He knows he's going to get clobbered. Finishes the follow through. Does not look to scramble outside of the pocket. Hangs inside of his pocket. Feet are parallel. Throw is assertive, and this is an absolute dart under duress to George Kittle. What a throw from CJ Beathard. Excellent, excellent job. You want to win a game for CJ Beathard. That is why CJ Beathard is firmly a 49ers quarterback. And that's why he's a leader on this team in his second year. That's how you gain respect in the locker room. Doing plays like that. Then CJ's able to repivot and strike one right down the pike. CJ Beathard now gaining confidence. Little flat-footed, I'll admit, little flat-footed. At first he was happy feet, but CJ ain't moving anywhere. He ain't like Eli. I'm not escaping. I'm not escaping. I'm not escaping. I'm a pocket passer and great leverage by Pierre Garçon. And again, but CJ, I'm really impressed by how he hangs in the pocket. He knows who he is. He doesn't try to be something that he's not. He doesn't try to get outside the pocket that often. Maybe he could have ran around here. The blocking's actually very good. He has to hesitate. Timing is very good. Garçon doesn't give up. And CJ hanging in the pocket, very accurate. He really is in a rhythm, and his best throw is across the middle of the field. 3rd and 3 after 2nd and 15. No running help at all. Matt Breida got banged up in the game. Alfred Morris, really no running help with this offensive line. They're not really running the ball that well. This was all CJ Beathard, and he could do this all day long. Great play design and setup. You have Kendrick Bourne, the non-pick there. It looks like a pick route, but really, there's no picking really going on. Great throw out to Kittle. Now I'm going to get to my criticisms because the 49ers here, I believe it is 14-6 at this point in the ball game, and we will see right here. It is. It's 14-6. All right, so this is the first play. Ball at the 8-yard line. One of the best drives of the season. We get a run into the line. Okay. A run into the line. Then, let's take a shot to the end zone. Why go dink and dunk right here? Be aggressive, Kyle. You have 8 yards to work with. This throw should go in the end zone. Okay? I'm not playing for 4 downs. And the throw, yeah, it's there. Maybe there was a wheel route to George Kittle that, could have been established, but I still don't like it. And then you're forced with a 3rd and 3, difficult to hit. I hope it goes to 3rd and 3. I hope that it allows us. It does. It goes. The game pass worked. A lot of times you have to go back to the main menu. Here we have Garçon out wide. Let's see if we get anything. Oh, and he missed him. CJ just missed Matt Breida right there. Put it on his shoulder. Oh, no. Oh, no. It's one where watching it again, you could see, oh, no, that they had him with Matt Breida. Because you get a little buffering from Pierre. Pierre's out here. It's going to be tough for them to get to Breida. Breida with a sprint to the sideline. All CJ has to do is put it right there, CJ. And the hesitation gets him. Sad state of affairs. They did get down there, and then they decide to kick a field goal when you're up 8. I would have maybe wanted to go for it. In hindsight, you got to look for kill shots against the LA Chargers. They don't get it at all. The game is tied. Or what is it? It's, 17-14. And then how shitty was this play right here? I mean, 30 seconds to go. Why even punt it to the guy? All the Chargers are going to do is kneel on this football, and your special teams blows the game in a spot like this. Just not clutch plays from the 49ers. That's all you could say is timely errors. This is a huge turning point. It goes from 17-14 to now 17-all because with 30 seconds left, you kick it right down the middle. Losing plays. Very eerily similar to last year, and that's why it's frustrating if you're a Niner fan. You've watched the quote-unquote competitive team that tries hard. You watch the CJ Beathard games that would go down to the wire and you'd find ways to lose. And it's tiring finding ways to lose football games. It's time to take the fight to them. They gave you missed field goals. They gave you a pick six. Even Philip Rivers said and mic'd up that it was a sloppy game. And it was rough to see. Here you get a sack. Everybody's coming in. Melvin Ingram is just a beast. And so is Derwin James. Derwin James cleans up there again. Gets more stats. What a drive this was in the third quarter, guys, for CJ. The interception certainly hurt. It might have been even on this series. This was a little bit of a holy shit kind of a moment for Niners fans when you're watching CJ, where I bet you said, wow, like this is an impressive throw. And it really is. It's to a spot. It has touch. This is really good scouting by Kyle Shanahan to find CJ out of Iowa, because CJ would barely throw the ball when he played for Kirk Ferentz in that run-heavy offense there in the Big Ten West, you know, a traditional power-eye kind of offense. But really, it's amazing how quick-twitch quarterbacks that are very accurate, like C.J. Beathard, C.J. Beathard doesn't have elite downfield arm strength, and when you look at C.J. Beathard, his physical traits don't jump off the page. But C.J.'s just a gamer. And, hey, his physical traits are getting a little bit better, right? I mean, look at the touch. Look at the touch. It's perfect. It's all these wheel route play actions. You guys are seeing that as well. And you guys saw that during the game. It's all the wheel route play actions. And this dude is playing well. Like, what I am going to say about C.J. Beathard is he played very, very well today. And the red zone, sometimes he does get, I'm going to say gets a little bit flustered, and a lot of times he does force balls over the middle, which again could be intercepted. Against Josh Rosen, a team that is very depressed at 0-4, losing a heartbreaker to the Seahawks, the 49ers need to go out there with C.J. Beathard, and it really, of course, it's a must-win game, but for the confidence of this team going forward, C.J. just has to find a way to play decently. I think if he plays half as well, and if Salah actually comes to help him, I think if CJ plays half as well and doesn't play terrible in the next game, I think the 49ers walk away with a win. It is a must-win, get to 2-3, and just battle and claw. I think you can admit now that the Rams are looking like the class of the AFC West. The 49ers can hopefully hang in there, and I know a lot of you guys are thinking, let's get a high draft pick. But, you know, CJ's playing admirable football. You know, even at times today, he was better than Jimmy Garoppolo. He played about as good of a game as you really could have hoped. And if the defense would come out and help this guy, the 49ers can win and can get to 7, 8, or 9 wins, can really compete with the way that he played today. But again, we don't know if we're going to see this consistency. We're probably going to see more turnovers. This guy is not the most mobile in the pocket. He sometimes stares down his reads like right here. But really, some of these throws are excellent, and he played a big time game. So that was a big time throw right there over the middle to Kendrick Bourne. Then the throw up to Juszczyk, and then hate this call again. Hate it. 1st and 8 at the 8. You learned from last time that, you know, you're at the damn 8-yard line. Stop trying to be too cute down here at the red zone. You end up throwing a ball that's way too hard for a guy in Garrett Selleck. And part of it is Selleck's blame because he doesn't catch it, but it's not like Selleck is getting a ton of reps anymore. And also a misread by CJ again. He doesn't hit the back out of the backfield. Even the Butler there. It would have been a touchdown for the damn Butler, or it would have been close to getting it to the 2-yard line. I hated the throw by C.J. Beathard. It was a big-time error because it's way too much pressure throwing it into that tight of space. Bad things can happen, and this was nearly a pick six that went 100 yards back the other way. This was where the game was lost. I think the 49ers at this time, it was a tie football game. 49ers are going in the score, and this changed the course of the game. Here you have Alfred in the backfield, so I guess I can't blame Kyle that much. He just needs to get through to CJ, not to force balls in the middle, especially in this tight of space, okay? CJ can do that between the 20s, right? But when he's doing it in the red zone, bad things can happen. And again, the Niners are getting too cute. Inability to run the football. The red zone offense is just atrocious. I don't even like what Kyle... And part of it is Kyle Shanahan. The last series was terrible by Kyle Shanahan. Okay? And maybe you could say, oh, well, Kyle's calling all these good plays out to the running back. I don't like it. I mean, even if Selleck catches the damn football, I just don't like the calls down here. No running, and it's frustrating offense. It's terrible red zone offense. And CJ needed to hit Alfred Morris there. I'm just mad. I'm more mad about the first call of the red zone series last time. Then you get a play here with C.J. Beathard where it's short of the marker again. When you get to the red zone, be aggressive at the 8-yard line. Niners here up against the ropes late in the third quarter. I think these are some of the last points that the Niners are able to score. This was a very good play call by Shanahan. A lot of what Shanahan did was good. I will admit this play is excellent because right here, I think they're running kind of a man-to-man, and the set is a very traditional set with one wide receiver on each side. It's going to be George Kittle down the pike, and you're going to have 51. It might be Emmanuel. He's going to be covering George Kittle, and he's kind of going to be fading back actually into his zone look. But right here, Kyle Juszczyk is going to occupy these linebackers here. These three linebackers are really going to be looking at Juszczyk's motion, and they're going to be going right, thinking that it's going to be run to the left, excuse me. Kyle's going to the weak side. It's our right. It's in reality left. So they're thinking that it's going to be run here. It looks like a run formation. Instead, if it's a drop back pass with no play action, CJ knows that he has George Kittle, because watch George Kittle, watch the get off of George Kittle right down the pike, right down Main Street, guys. This play was a really, really fun play to watch. CJ does not play the hand. He's sitting on pocket aces here. He's sitting on a touchdown. He looks left, and this route is absolutely a perfect route. The throw is thrown with great, great touch. And then George Kittle is able to show off the athleticism. Look at George here, the cutback. A beautiful, beautiful play call. And it's rare to see a tight end be untouched from 80 out. What a beautiful call. '49ers here have a chance. Casey Hayward here makes a play. CJ did enough here. CJ played a good game. And then unfortunately on the last series of the game, we then eventually got Derwin James coming unimpeded to the quarterback, and CJ here didn't react extremely quickly. I thought CJ played really, really well. For CJ coming into this spot, I'm going to give him a B+/A-. I might even give him an A- for the performance. I thought he was tough. I thought there were some excellent throws that he made throughout the contest. The Garcon throws, the throws to Kittle all over the middle of the field, oftentimes under duress. Again, showing the toughness that the 49ers coaches talk about. And overall, I'm looking at this kid and thinking now my expectations are a bit higher. The Niners can actually win some football games. The defense is patchwork. The players are injured. The emotional state of the Niners is not very good right now. And sometimes with an impatient guy, sometimes Richard Sherman can really be a little bit impatient. And we're going to have to see if this 49ers team will stay together, will not quit on the season, because sometimes these seasons can be quit on, especially in the momentum state business of the NFL. So I hope you Niners fans enjoyed it. Thank you all, the Niner Empire, for coming in here to watch the film review. And leave some comments below. And let's see if they can get a win against the Arizona Cardinals. We'll see y'all. Thanks for watching the show.